Shalom. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kakodash. I want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the rule well, teach well, and salutations to the whole elect. Is out here preaching this truth and all honesty and sincerity across four corners of earth. Shalom. Coming at you with a quick video, the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Lord willing to be edifying. I'm going to start with Amos 8 and 11. Because, through the brother up in New York, how he brought out how, I went into the AI overview of this bill that got passed in Canada called the C9 bill, or which mainly that's going into what's going to crack down on what they deem as religious hate speech or hateful protests and hate crimes, certain things, crack down on certain things. But we know they're going to use that as an avenue to come after the men of the Lord, because they really can care less about, neo-Nazis and these so-called white groups. All right, because it came out through the Poverty Law Center that they was secretly funding these so-called white groups, these Edomite groups, to cause and stir up shit. All right, and they got, certain of the Hebrew Israelite groups on there, so they gonna lump us all in one big heap to try to come down on all of us. And mainly they want to come down on the men of the Lord. So, this bill, the C9 bill, is gonna, usher in the famine of the word. All right, and also you gotta keep your eyes on the way that the Western world is going. All right, which Canada is considered part of the Western world. All right, America, and also West Asia. All right, where the UK and all that. All right. So, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know that he about to crack down real soon. So this Amos chapter 8, verse 11 says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, the Most High." All right. "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." So the Lord gonna bring a famine, or a famine of the word, of hearing the words of the Lord. So there's come a time you're gonna wish that you was able to cut on YouTube and watch a video, get edified and get warned. All right, verse 12, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." So they gonna wander everywhere to try to find the truth, because the prophets are everywhere, on damn near every continent. All right, we got brothers out there in the UK, Europe, all over. So people gonna be wondering or trying to acquire, because once the famine of the word come, this devil gonna go full throttle. All right, Revelation 12:12 gonna come down with great wrath, because that he had but a short time. So then everybody gonna see that what we've been saying is true. Ezekiel 33 verse 33. "Then you shall know that a prophet have been among you." Once the famine of the word come, you're gonna know that a prophet was among you. All right, but the famine of the word gonna come, then people gonna be like, damn, the demonization gonna come and then scoffing, but then not too long after that, the famine of the word, that's when shit gonna get cracked out, gonna get to cracking. All right, which is much needed in the earth. All right, so before the earth get back in order, it gotta be, the time of judgment gotta sweep the earth. All right. So yeah, and we got Babylon fatigue, man. We're tired of America, Babylon the Great, and with this Carmelo Anthony situation, whatever, if it's set up, false flag, you can't really believe anything. You find all kind of inconsistencies, and but nonetheless, this whole thing was set up anyway. All right, to show that, man, Jake, no matter how much you try to kiss this devil ass or try to be assimilated in his society, he not gonna treat us or look at us the same. All right, He ain't gonna look out for us as he do his own. All right, because we're not the same people. All right, so we have Babylon fatigue. We're tired of going through and seeing this shit. Our people, even though our people wicked, we still, don't like the injustice done upon them. All right, but it's Micah chapter 2 verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. All right, so we got to rise and depart from this place spiritually. Basically got to detach from this place. All right, that's why, we in the world, but we're not of the world. We're not trying to hold on to this world or the things that are in it, or to hold on to certain lifestyles, such as trying to find wealth. All right, trying to continue to level up and elevate. All you're going to do is, run into another problem. All right, all you're going to do is just elevate and have another problem on your hands on the next level or whatever you're trying to do. You're not going to escape the hell of being in America. It's even to a point where these Edomites starting to see it. All right, that you can't never really get a head up because there's always something in the way for the most part. All right. So now let me get Daniel 7. So we in the kingdom of Babylon. All right. No nation ever had this much power or the lack thereof over the whole earth right now. Or this devil have a false sense of power. He don't really got complete control over the whole earth as he think he do. All right, but it's Daniel 7th chapter, going into, the different beasts. But this fourth beast, all right, have power over the earth for the most part, which they can control Iran and certain other areas, or Russia and China to an extent. They all on one accord to an extent. But this devil, he need to establish full control or a false sense of full control through his military might or through, the economy collapse throughout the whole earth. That's how this devil can have a false sense of control over all the nations. All right, because this world, they're going to try to put this world under one system. And all the major nations is on one accord with this. All right, so this Daniel chapter 7, verse 23, thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. All right, so this is the second leg of the Roman Empire. And this place had the power of the Roman Empire. We had the power to go and bully and try to take things over, such as resources, case may be. So this kingdom is more diverse from all kingdoms. All right, this kingdom is way different than the ancient Babylonian kingdom. All right, the ancient kingdom of the Persians and the Medes. All right, very different from the time of the Greeks, but very similar to the Roman Empire, but on a more grander, wider scale. All right, global scale. So it's going to try to devour the whole earth, this beast right here. Because what's a part of this beast? You got NATO and the EU. You got all those countries of old that was together, through the 10 horns, or the 7 heads and the 10 horns. They back here today. All right, and they all, you can't really say they on one accord because, they're not even fully in agreement of one another. All right, but basically them same nations are back together again today, ruling, all right, to make this fourth beast. All right, all these Edomite nations. All right, so they're going to try to devour the whole earth. They're going to have one last hurrah for this last time before the Lord come and take their crowns. The Lord said he coming to take crowns, so he coming to take power from NATO and the EU, from America, which is the military infrastructure, going to the three falls, the military, the financials, the UK, Great Britain, all that, All right, and the spiritual is Italy, or the Vatican. All right. So this kingdom is more diverse from all the first, and it said he shall subdue 3 kings. All right, verse 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and times, and the dividing of time. All right, so even to the end, what we in right now. So to give into his hand until a time and times, and the dividing of time. All right. So they speak great words against the Most High. I can go into Isaiah 14, how they trying to exalt themselves above the clouds. Trying to establish themselves to be like the Most High. All right, but they wearing out the saints of the Most High, because that Babylon fatigue kicking in. Even Esau feeling it, but they try to put it as black fatigue. Nah, man, we tired of y'all asses, man. All right, the whole world tired of y'all asses, man. So they seeking to change times and change the laws. All right, they trying to. It's like how this is the 250th anniversary, but they think they got many more years after this. So they trying to change the laws, or basically now, they're trying to eventually crack down and censor the internet, or crack down on it to furthermore surveillance and watch the people. All right, they also want to charagma us. All right, so they trying to have full out control. All right, so with these laws, is how they trying to put things in position and establish their power, like Agenda 2025 or whatever the case may be. They got so many bills out there under different names, but a lot of them do similar things. All right, I remember the Patriot Act back in the day. They probably reestablished it or renamed it. But, this devil is telling you through his paperwork. That's how he, would deceive you. Through the paperwork, or the bills and treaties and certain things he put in. It's all trickery. It's like these contracts, man. The devil will put you on the 360. All right, that's what he doing to you people. I think y'all got freedom and rights, but y'all in the 360 on that, because it's gonna come back that y'all don't really have freedoms and rights as you say. Because when you make agreements on these apps and certain things, you're giving away your control. All right, just like Klaus Schwab said, you'll own nothing and be happy. Because when you consent to a lot of things on the internet, you just licensing things. And you giving away parts of yourself, because whatever you put on social media is going to a big ass data center somewhere, and they getting all kinds of info on your ass and learning you like a back of a book, man. All right, so that time is here, man. This devil got to go, man. He got so much shit set up. Hey, man, we go in on this devil all day throughout the scriptures, man, if we wanted to. All right. But yeah, man, that's all I have, man. Lord willing, it's edifying. With that being said, shalom.